Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to do a review of the Takom 135 scale T29E3 US heavy tank. And this is a kit that I've actually been waiting for quite a while. And initially I was planning to buy the Hobby Boss release, but Takom was quicker, so I bought this one instead. So okay, if we start looking at the gift box, I would say that I think the scenery or the picture on the top of the gift box looks very nice. The box art is great. It's a very much what if. The T29 was prototype. Only prototypes were made, and it never went into production, and it definitely did not see any action. So, but I guess that Takom wants to have a nice scenery on the box art, so I think it's a good thing anyway. Okay, so we see that this is the E3 model, so it has the coincidence rangefinders, which is a very distinctive feature of the E3 version. It has cover over the mantlet, and that is something that there's actually a kit option, two options in the kit. You can build it with or without the covers. And it has, yeah, I think that's it. If we look at the sides of the other box, we see that we have two different paint schemes. One for France 1945 and one for south of France 1946. And yeah, they are what ifs, but they look cool, so yeah, why not? On the short side of the box we have the same photo as on the top of the gift box, and the same thing on the other side. And on the opposite long side we have sorry, we have a call out for all the sprues and what's in the kit. And Takom has also added some advertisement for other kits as well. Okay, so I will open the box and go through everything very quickly to show what's in the box, and then I will make a more detailed open the bags and make a more detailed review of the kit parts, and we can have a look at the details of the sprue. So first we have one sprue with the bottom of the turret. These are turret details, hatches, yeah, machine gun. We have wheels and road wheels and sprockets. Yeah. We also have this is the upper hull, and with some, I think these are mufflers or something like that, and more parts for the upper hull. We have some tools and small stuff, more hatches. We have the upper part of the turret, which has here you can see the rangefinders, and we have tracks, and these are tracks with they have a sort of extended width using ductiles, I think they are called. There are small extensions to the build, to the tracks to spread the weight more. Okay. And we also have these are side skirts and transmission. We have two sets of barrels, one with and one without cover. And we have the bottom hull and two jigs that can be used for assembly of the tracks. I think that's a very good thing actually. We have clear parts. And we have the assembly instructions with metal tow cables, decals. Yeah. Okay, that's it. So I will open up the bags and we can have a look at the details. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm back. So I have selected a couple of sprues and the upper part of the turret. So if we start looking at the turret, I think that there's a very nice casting texture. See if I can catch that on camera. I think it looks okay, or good, I would say. There are some nice details here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that looks good. You can see that there are marks here for mounting points for sights and small stuff that goes onto the top of the turret. So it looks a bit clean now, but it will be a lot more things on the turret when it's fully assembled. And then we have the J sprue. And actually one thing that I think is very good and I should mention is that Takom, they are sort of have a cutout for the symbol or the name of the sprue. That is a very good idea, I think. It's very easy to locate the sprue when it's on the workbench, and you can sort of see it from different angles. You don't have to look closely or turn it around to see what if it's A sprue or J sprue or what it is. So that's that's a very good thing, I think, that Takom has done. So okay, so if we look at the bottom side of the turret, we have the same type of texture. It's a little bit difficult to get it to look in the to make it see. And we have different parts for the gun mantlet, and I said that there were two options for one without a dust cover and one with a dust cover. So you can basically have two options to choose from. And since I am a World of Tanks player, and this is one of my absolute favorite vehicles in the game, I will build it without the dust cover, just as it is in the game. So yeah, just to share my thoughts about that. Okay, so we have the same cost texture, and actually on the gun mantlet there is also a small texture. That is actually something that I think is... oh wait, maybe I'm looking at the wrong part. I see that I have another part here that is... it seems to have the same texture. So I think the texture is a little bit weak maybe on the gun mantlet. Yeah, and one thing that I discovered is that there are actually 3 gun mantlets in this kit. I don't know why. I can understand why they are 2, one with the cover and one without, but 3, that's a bit odd. I have to check that in the instructions. Okay, sorry for getting a bit out of line here. There are a couple of really nice details here. That is I think that is the ring around one of the manholes or hatches, round hatches. And here we have I think that's the 50.50 cal. Details are quite nice actually. Just 2 parts that go together, and yeah. Some ammo boxes, hatches, more hatches. Yeah. There are a lot of small parts on the turrets. I guess it's a lot of those are probably isolators for the radio antennas, I think. Different kind of sights, and I think these go into the back of the turret. Oh, look. There are actually a lot of detail on the backside. Nice. Okay, one thing that I'm a bit concerned about is the fit between the turret halves, and I think it looks quite okay actually. Let's see if I can get a good shot on the seam here. Yeah, it looks like it's possible to make it disappear completely with just using pressure and Tamiya extra thin, I think. You might have to do some sanding, maybe. But I think you can preserve a lot of the texture. Or you can recreate that afterwards. That's always possible to do. Okay, so yeah, that looks nice, I think. Nice details, and the turret half seems to go together very really good. Okay, so here we have the barrels. There are 2 barrels, one with the dust cover and one without dust cover. I see that the parting line will be at the top here and the bottom here, so that is actually where the seam line will go. Which you will have it on the top. And I noticed that there. Let's see if I can get this in focus. There are ribs here. Like I don't know if should be like a thread or something, but that will be difficult to make look good, I think. When you get these halves together and try to separate and get those two parts to go together seamlessly. Yeah, so that will probably a bit of a challenge, I believe. On the other side, since you have the seam line on the top side and the bottom, you can cover this up by do some shipping and stuff on the top of the barrel. So you could possibly get away with that, I guess, with some chipping and rust and yeah, whatever you want to add to your tank in your weathering process. So I think that, yeah, these are all parts that are related to the turret, but they look really nice, I think. So yeah, my only concern is these ribs at the muzzle of the barrel. They can be really tricky, I think. But apart from that, I think that the details are good and everything looks fine. A bit curious why we have 3 gun mantlets, but maybe better to have one more and one short, so to speak. All right, let's have a look at the running gear. We will start with the lower hull tub, and there are some really nice details here. There are a couple of service ports or service hatches. Yeah, I think it looks good. There's also a cast texture on the front of the lower hull. Yeah, there is a injection port here, but it's on the underside of the tank, so I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be warped. I don't know if you can make anything out of it here, but it looks good. Yeah. And here we have the jigs for the track assembly. So the kit comes with link and length tracks, and you basically put this, I think it's this way, maybe this way, yeah. You put this on the side of the hull, and then you put the idler and the dry sprocket onto these pins, and then you can build the tracks link by link here on this side. So I was a bit curious, so I took some TeknoAxe thin just to check if there was any risk that I would dissolve this, but it seems to be some kind of plastic that is resilient to TeknoAxe thin, so it didn't happen anything. So that's good. I think this is a good solution. It will be interesting to see if it works in reality, though. But I think it will. Okay, we have some link and length tracks. This is a bit of an odd one. This sprue is bent before it was packaged, but I guess it was done to reduce some space in the gift box. If we look at the tracks, I think they look nice. Really nice. The sprue gates are to the sides, so that it will be some work to clean that up, but that's not too bad, I think. We can also see the extensions to the links, and yeah, they are kind of offsetted between the links, so you can see it on the individual links here as well. So I think that they look nice too. Maybe I would prefer to have them a little bit worn. So I guess that when I build the kit, I will sand them or scratch them or do something to them so they look a bit worn down, because they look brand new now. And yeah. So I think the tracks look okay. It will it would speed this length will of course speed up things a little bit when you assemble the tracks. So, but it will kind of look static maybe. So it's, I think there are pros and cons with this, but one could hope that Fruel makes some metal tracks for this. I haven't checked it if they have, but I don't think they have any links yet. I don't know if this tank is will sell enough to so there will be a lot of aftermarket, but I would definitely love to have I would like to have metal tracks and also a turned metal barrel. That would be nice, but let's hope that some of the manufacturers pick this up and make some good aftermarket for it. Okay, so we have there are two identical sprues with the road wheels and link arms and idlers and return rollers and everything. Also suspension pistons here. Yeah, and I think if we look at that drive sprocket there, it looks good, I think. And the wheels are really nice. There is a, yeah, lots of nice details. And the return rollers look, yeah, they look okay, like most return rollers do. These are probably stopping blocks for stoppers for the suspension. Ooh. Here's I think that is protection for the optics for a periscope. Nice. Okay, so here we have the upper hull details and the side skirts. And if we start by looking at the front of the upper hull, we have that same cast texture. Locations for transportation lugs, I guess. And we have the barrel travel lock. Yeah. We have a protection for the viewports, the optics, and some hatches for the driver and the machine gunner, I think. A shovel. Some more tools. And that is the hull machine gun. Okay. We have the the engine deck. It doesn't have individual doors, so but yeah, maybe that is. It's not a big issue if you don't have to if you don't have an interior or plan to build scratch build an interior. These are probably for the rear of the tank. Yeah, some nice details there. Yeah, and the mufflers. Looking good, I think. And we have the side skirts and fenders. Yeah, they have some nice details. Yeah, and the transmission decals. And toolboxes, I guess. Again, it would be nice to have an option to open the hatches and scratch build some stuff in there, but yeah. So, but that is, of course, it will increase the complexity and the part count in the kit as well. So. Looking okay. We have the clear parts, and I think they look nice. We have the commander's cupola, the viewports, and we also have viewport periscope blocks in clear parts here and here, and the headlights. Yeah, I guess that this is what you expect from a kit like this. So this is okay, I think. They look really nice. Yep. So let's continue by looking at the assembly instructions, the tow cables and the decals. If we start by looking at the metal tow cables, they feel really nice, pliable, I would say. So they should be fairly easy to place on the tank the way you want to have them. And let's see if we can get a close-up shot of the braids. It looks really nice. I think the braids are what I would say to scale. it will look good on the tank or convincible. Yeah. So they feel really nice. So we put them to the side. And as always, the decals options on the tank are very limited most of the times, and so there's basically only the star marking and some numbers, and that's it. So they look okay, I think. There are no weird things going on with the transfer film, or so there will probably not be any issues with this. Okay, so the assembly instructions. The front side, a side shot of the tank, and some information about the subject. Open up the first part here. There is paint call out for MIG paints. Since Takom seem to endorse MIG paints now, and MIG can offer, in some cases there are special paint kits for certain tanks, like the Tiger 2, I think, and things like that. So, but this is the numbers are references to MIG paints. And we have, I think in general the instruction looks really nice and professional, but I think that seriously, Takom, you should do something about this. This looks like something that the kid has made, and you should really invest some money in using what I would say professional artist to do the illustrations for this, because it's kind of lowers the overall perception of the instruction manual. Okay, here we have a complete call out for all the parts, the sprues and all the details. Turret, clear parts, decals, cables, and as you can see, there are no photo etch in this kit, so there are no detailing up parts that are made in photo etch. I think that is something that the kit could benefit from. So, but hopefully there will be some aftermarket for that. So the assembly begins or starts with normally with assembly of the lower hull tub with all the link arms and everything, every part that goes into and it seems a bit complicated, but I guess this is standard procedure for most builders that are used to building armor. This is a no-brainer. And here you can see that the jigs are attached to the link arms, so you get the correct alignment of the wheels and tracks and everything. And here is the assembly of the tracks. No, not much to say about that. It seems easy enough. And then it continues with the rear end of the tank and the front upper hull, hatches. I don't see any Any issues or difficulties here? Seems pretty straightforward. You can always argument about attaching the tracks so early in the building process. Some people like me want to paint and weather the tracks separately and then add them to the kit or to the model at a late stage or a later stage. But I guess you can build them as sub-modules and attach them later on. Okay, we have the travel lock for the gun barrel, and we have the fenders and toolboxes and some small details as well. And here you have the cable. Yeah, you can see how the cable is attached to the fenders and to I guess the front of the tank. Okay, side skirts. Yeah, seems easy enough. Some details for the front. Need to drill some holes here for the antenna isolators. And then we have the turret with different hatches and yeah, the lids for the rangefinders. Some sights, and here you see the stuff that goes onto the top of the tank of the turret. Commander's cupola, machine guns. Yeah, seems easy enough. And finally the gun mantlet and the barrel, depending on which option you choose, if you choose the one with the dust cover or if you choose the bare one without dust cover. And finally we have some details to the back of the turret. It's interesting actually that you should assemble the turret so late. I would probably do it the other way, so I start by build the turret all together and make sure that I take care of all the seams and everything before I start adding all these small delicate details that will probably be destroyed if I start to sand and polish or try to recreate the texture in the cast texture. But that's probably how I would do it. So I will sort of build the turret, the big parts of the turret, build them together first, and then I will add all the small details later on. Okay, so, and we have on the final pages we have the paint call out or the color scheme. Yeah, two quite cool looking camo schemes. If you don't want to paint it in the traditional plain olive drab, but that's a matter of choice basically how you want to do. You want to paint it like the relic or the museum object that is found in Fort Benning, or do you want it to paint it like a what if in France or whatever? Or of course you can build a well of tanks tank. We'll try to replicate the tank that is in game in World of Tanks. That is definitely an option that is possible with this kit. So yeah, that's it. So far I think I have covered everything. Okay, so what are my overall thoughts about this kit? I think it's a really nice kit. I think it's more beginner to intermediate builder. It seems quite easy to get everything together and build a nice looking tank. So this is something that it doesn't require an expert. It's not a lot of details or parts that needs to go together to get a nice details. So it's probably much easier to build this than to build the average dragon kit. So I think this is a thing that can attract people like World of Tanks players that like me have the T29 is their favorite tank in the game, and they want to have a model of that on their shelf. And so it's quite an expensive kit for a beginner, I think. But if you have some knowledge or in building kits or have done it before as a kid, then you can probably put this together by looking at the instructions. They seem fairly easy to understand, and you can get with the assembly jig for the tracks, you can get that together, I believe, in a good way. So for in general, I think it's a very nice kit, and you can build a stunning tank out of it. And it has two options for the turret and the barrel, with or without the dust cover, which is good. And everything look great on the sprues, and they are good. They have a very good marking of the sprue identity, and they come in resealable bags, so it's a really high quality kit, so to speak. And the metal tow cables, they look very good. So I think that are the strong points of this kit. On the negative side, I think that the two-piece gun barrel, it would have been really nice to have a slide molded single-piece gun barrel, or at least so you can avoid the parting line. I'm a bit worried about the muzzle brake to make that look good. And of course the link and length tracks, they are easy to assemble, and for a beginner that's a good thing, but for an more advanced builder, individual track links is preferable. And so let's hope that Takom or an aftermarket company can provide that in the future. There's no photo etch, which I think that there are parts here that should definitely benefit from being built up with photo etch. And the kit has a little bit simplified design or details. It's a bit, I would love to have the opportunity to open the engine doors and to open the toolboxes and things like that. That would give a little bit more options for a builder if you want to add details or do something unique with your model, like scratch building stuff. And yeah, and in terms of aftermarket, there is basically at the right now there's nothing more than you can find replacement machine guns that you can use instead of the plastic parts. You can use turned metal barrels and photo etch parts instead to for the machine guns. And there is a resin kit, a detail up kit from Tiger Model Design. It has the catalog number 35-7114. I will put that in the description as well, so you can, or a link to their website. That is a kit that is made for a resin kit that is made for the T29, but also for the other kits in the same family of this tank model, the T30 and T34. You can actually see them on the. They are here on the here. So that is another kit from Takom. And that is that's a detailing kit that puts a lot of details on the turret, but also I think it has some details on the for example, the whole machine gun barrel is a resin part, and there are other stuff like that, so that will add some more detail to the kit. So that is available right now, but I hope that there will be metal tracks and there will be a turned metal barrel, and maybe a photo etch set as well. That would be nice to so yeah, that's it. In general, I think this is a really great kit. I'm very happy that I bought it, and I will definitely build it. I will probably build it as a World of Tanks object, but I'm not sure. I have to make up my mind about that later on when I start to build. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and hope this review was useful, or that you find any interesting information in it. And yeah, see you later, guys. Goodbye.